Hi there, my name is Nicole with Ampersand Studios, and we exist because we believe that even the smallest of businesses deserve big brand strategy, which is why I love tools just like Canva to help my clients create branded materials that look awesome and they can DIY it themselves on a budget. So today I'm going to teach you how to create custom Reels covers that make your Instagram grid look more professional and just more streamlined and awesome. So I am going to make myself smaller here and pop me over here. All right, so start off with canva.com, and even with a free version, you have access to all of these awesome templates. So we're gonna go ahead and type in Reels cover and make sure that you're on the templates tab, and it will pop up all of these awesome Reels covers. There are a lot of options and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I recommend looking for something that already kind of looks and feels like your brand and maybe already emulates the idea of the reel that you created or about to create. So I know that it's a lot. So like I am going to go ahead and just select one that already looks like Ampersand Studios brand. This one to me feels pretty on brand for us. I think that once I customize it, it's going to look and feel just right. Okay, so the thing about Reels covers that we want to take into account that are different from Stories templates is that all of the text, our title text, should be in the center of the template. The reason for this is once it's cropped into a square on the Instagram grid, it's going to crop out the top and bottom text. So we want to make sure that everything that we want to show in our grid is right there in the center, which is what we have here. I also want to show you over on this side here. I'm gonna hide that. If you go up to design, it pops open a bunch of other options. I think that it actually chooses some that feel a little similar to what you already selected. I love this because if you change your mind about what you created, or maybe you want to create a whole bunch of them, a bunch of different Reels covers, and you want to make sure that they look kind of similar, like, sisters, but not twins, then you can add a page and select the other ones that you want to use. So see how those are kind of similar, but a little bit different. You can also just duplicate the one that you already selected. So you don't have to do that ahead of time. You can, or if you don't like the one that you chose, you can change it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start editing this text. What I really recommend doing, so even though we've already selected a template that feels like our brand, we want to make sure that it is on brand for us, which means that we are using the same colors, fonts, photography style, everything that already matches everything else about our brand. That's really important if you want to have a more professional and just upscale looking brand in general, and you want your grid to look better. So we are going to change these actually to the Ampersand Studios fonts since I'm creating this, tutorial for Ampersand's brand for learning's sake. So I'm going to go ahead and start by just changing the fonts that look the most similar to me. So I know our headline font is, it is Editor's Note. So I'm going to start typing that in. And I think that italic would look best. This is kind of feeling a little bit tight for me. I think that this template in particular, oh yeah, it does have a letter spacing of -90. So I'm going to go ahead and make that to 0, or maybe a little bit tighter because we like that a little tight, but want to make sure that it reads well. And then the line spacing, maybe I give a little bit more space. See how you can adjust this? I'm just going to make it a little bit more space than what it has already. Okay, that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and type our custom title. I'm just going to say 5 tips for good branding. Kind of long. Okay. We're just learning. It's just for sample's sake. Okay, we're gonna make this a little bit smaller because I want it on 2 lines. Oh, I kind of like that actually. With good on the, yeah, let's make that like that. Maybe I can make, oh, nope, I can't make branding bigger. Okay, I'm gonna have to make branding its own thing if I want it to be bigger, but that looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and adjust our leading here, or line spacing. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Okay, and I'm gonna just put Ampersand Studios, or actually let's do branding tips here, like as if I have like a series or something. And then we will do our website here. Or actually let's do our Instagram handle, @Ampersand_studios. Perfect. Okay, no typos. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and change these to my custom fonts. Now, if you have a paid version of Canva, you can upload all of your own custom fonts. If you don't have a paid version of Canva, then you might just have to find Canva fonts that are similar enough. And then I would recommend just committing to those. I want a little bit more space between my letters here, so I'm going to adjust those down here. And then I'm going to change this to our bold caps font, which is Brandon. So if you do have a paid version of Canva, then you can upload all of your fonts into your brand kit. And so we have brand kits for lots of our clients here, but it has all of our allowed colors, our fonts, brand voice stuff, photos, graphics, and you can have those always saved and easy to grab. And that can come in handy if you don't want to do all of this stuff manually every single time. Okay, let's go ahead and update our picture here. So I already uploaded this cute photo of Bailey, and we're going to replace the background. So it looks like there is also like on this, do you see this like overlay? I don't want this. It looks kind of like paper or something. I don't think I want that. So I'm going to delete that out. And okay, so now this is the test. This is my little cheater hack on how to make sure that it's going to crop within the grid in a square the way that I like it. So go up to elements here and go to shapes, and you're going to select a square. Okay, so Canva will automatically put the square right in the center of the canvas. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold down Shift and drag the corners of the square until you hit the edges of your artboard. Okay, it's just like that. So basically anything that's on the top and bottom of this is going to get cropped out if I choose to crop it right in the center of my cover, my Reels cover. Whoops, this is a little bit big. Okay, there we go. So you can actually even put a transparency on it if you want to see what will show up. Normally I'm really particular about the way that heads get cut off in photos, but I actually like the way that this is cropping in the square. So I think I'm going to keep it that way, or maybe pull it up a little bit if I can. So you can, oh, looks like I am. By the way, if you want to undo anything, you got to Command Z. It undoes all the things. Okay. I actually like it the way that it is, but if you did need to adjust your photo, you can double click it and see how it shows you the bounding box for the photo. You can make it bigger or smaller to adjust the way that you like it to be in the frame. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and delete the square. Okay, so now I'm running into the problem of it is a lot of contrast, like the photo's a lot of contrast, and it's hard to read the writing. So I'm going to go ahead and do another little hack. So we're going to go back and put the square up. If you already have the square up for my little cheater bounding box hack, then you can leave that one up. Or you can create a new one if you're like me and just deleted it. I usually like to make it black just because I feel like it keeps the integrity of the photo a little bit better. And then you're going to go up here to the transparency and reduce the transparency until you get a transparency that you like, that you can read the letters really well. Okay, to me, that looks great. One thing I'm noticing is that my little lines here, that they are not on the top layer. So I'm going to make sure that my transparency is selected, and then I'm going to go to position, and then go to I think just go to backward. If you go to back, sometimes it does go behind the photo. It might not, but let's go ahead and click backward. And that, I clicked it twice, and that it made both of my little lines to the front. Okay, that looks great to me. Just so this isn't going through her eyes, I'm going to actually move this up a little bit. And if we want to make them even, we can move this down. You could make your lines a little longer if you like that. Make the adjustments that you like. Actually, I'm going to undo that because I don't want that to go through her face. So I think that actually looks really good, and I'm happy with that. So now that you've created one, you can actually use this as a branded template now. You can either save it publish as a brand template up here at the top if you have a paid version of Canva, and it will pop up in your brand templates in your brand kit, or you can just leave it as a document and make a copy of it each and every time, or open up this same document and go up to duplicate page, and it will make a duplicate. I always recommend keeping your original ones just in case you ever want it again, and just making a duplicate. Okay, so let's go ahead and pretend that we're making a second Reels cover, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be take better photos. Oh, I didn't change this from timeless silhouettes. We don't want that. Okay, let's say tips for good branding to use on Instagram. Okay, for dummy text, let's just make that the same. Okay, and then do like a camera. Okay, let's pretend that now, oh, this one, our lines disappeared. So you got to pay attention. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and, oh, this is the fun thing. Every now and then so you got to look for them. Okay, so now our little lines are back. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could edit this one that looks kind of similar. And let's quickly just edit that one. Editor's note. Okay. All right, you guys got it. So now it is ampersandified. Okay. So now let's update our picture. Great. Pretend that we updated all this text. Now you're going to export. You go up to share, download, and you can download as a PNG or a JPEG. Both of those are image files. Let's go ahead and do JPEG for simplicity's sake. And if you want all 3 pages downloaded, they are all checked right now. If you only want certain pages downloaded, then you can just select the ones that you want, push done, and download, and they will pop up in a zip folder on your desktop in your downloads folder. Then you can simply go to Instagram and upload right to your Reels cover, custom Reels cover, and voila, you have a more beautiful, more streamlined, professional looking grid, and super duper easy. And I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. All right, see you next time.